Hey y'all, this is Theron West II, and this is the Be Ready anthem, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Stay ready, be ready, 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 stay ready. Every show, new face, new dream. Young man out here building a team, from the track to the court to the turf and the ring. They all grown different, but they got the same theme. Putting in work when the lights not on. Late night, early morning, still going strong. They don't do it for the lights, they do it for the fight. Future looking bright, cause they training for their life. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. Spotlight on them, time to show love. Brother smart and dream, all star from above. The hustle in their heart, purpose in their feet, and they voice on this mic that echoes in the streets. Every episode, no cap, no fake. Just young bugs grinding right into the stage. Different faces, same goals. Rise above the pressure, yeah, holding goals. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. So put your hands together for my boys, Coach Tony and Carlos, for the Be Ready podcast coming on right now. Let's get it, let's go, y'all.
Just hit the thing, all you do is cut it off. You know what I mean?
Test, test, test. Bryson, we
Mhm.
on?
Mhm.
All right, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yeah, man, the internet just went out of my house. Literally, Bryson, during the intro video, during the last end, it cut off literally, and I got so mad. I was like, "Darn it!" Like we're in the middle of the intro video. I was ready to interview you. I was ready for this podcast. Internet was going great during the backstage, and then boom, you know, so apologies, Bryson. Apologies to the chat, but the chat's been really supportive, Bryson, during this whole delay. So shout out to the chat, shout out to everybody, and welcome to episode 58 of the Be Ready Sports Podcast, everybody. Welcome. Oh my gosh. No, okay. Okay, yes, guys. We might have some technical difficulties during the show, so please just be patient, and we will. There you go. Welcome, guys, to episode 58. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for coming along with this journey. Episode 1 through episode 58, 57 episodes later, we are here on the Be Ready Sports Podcast. And, always like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Be Ready Sports Podcast on YouTube. Also on Instagram, should be going down in the screen right there on down the ticker at Be Ready Sports Podcast on Instagram. All right. So let's introduce our guest. Not much talking from me. I'm pretty sure the chat wants to hear from this guest right here. So okay, so let's do this thing. All right, Bryson. So tonight's guest is a class of 2032 baseball and basketball player from Port Arthur, Texas. He is passionate about sports, and as he grew up, baseball and basketball became his favorite sports. In baseball, he played multiple positions like pitcher, first base, second base, and shortstop. In basketball, he had the opportunity to compete in the Puma circuit in Orlando, playing against the top teams from across the country. He is also ranked number 28 in his class for basketball. So now, please welcome to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, Bryson Smith. Welcome to the show, Bryson.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Bryson, so let's break the ice here. So, introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Bryson Smith. I'm the class of 2032. I go to Lincoln Middle School, and yeah.
All right, for sure. All right. All right, Bryson. So, welcome to the podcast and grateful that you're here. All right. Thank you for keeping up with this whole technical difficulties thing. So, thank you for that. So yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? All right, so before we get into this Q&A, I want to talk about some stuff around the sports world, but first, I want to talk about stuff with our podcast here. As you guys know, if you guys been tuning into our social media, we're doing this contest called the Back to School contest, and there might be a somebody here that participated in our podcast here. Goes by the name of Bryson. So he's part of a large group of kids who participated in this contest. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you the photos. We're gonna show you the photos of each and every single one. And if you guys, you guys can vote for them at the Be Ready Sports Podcast stories. You can vote for them on their stories. And yeah, that's how you can vote. And yeah, so let's bring in the first contestant. We got Cameron Kelly, who was a previous guest on our show. He was a previous guest on our show. And yeah, here's Cameron Kelly, his back to school photo. That's number 1. Here's number 2. Why is Hold on, guys. Okay, we gotta keep moving. All right, so here is Mason Lorenzo, Money Mace, along with his sister Michaela. They were previous guests on this show, and here's their back to school photo. That's the second contestant. Here's the third contestant. We got another Mason. We got Mason the Maverick, he was a previous guest on this show. So there he is, wearing the all black, wearing the all black for his first day of school. Contestant 4, we got Landon Rodriguez, who is going to be a future guest on this show. He's going to be a future guest on this show. So yeah, here's his photo, carrying a football, pretty creative by him. So yeah, that's him. We got a special somebody here by the name of Bryson as contestant number 5, wearing polo with khaki pants. Okay, I like that. The school fit. All right, that's good. That's very good. Currently in second place, guys. Bryson's currently in second place in the contest. So if you guys want him to go number 1, vote. You guys got to vote. You got to vote for Bryson so that he can get that number 1 spot. So you guys can do that on our Be Ready Sports Podcast stories. Here's number 6. We got Jamari Savage. Here's Jamari Savage. I believe he's going to be a future guest, I believe. Yeah. All right. We got contestant number 7. This was episode 50. This was actually the guest for episode 50. Jeremiah Serrano plays for Treyman Elite. And here's his back to school photo, with 2 of his people that he knows. So, yeah. So that's Jeremiah. Contestant number 8, we had he took over as a co-host for one of the show, and he was a guest on this show. He goes by the name of Noah Labrador, the Golden Child. So here's his fit, pretty similar to yours, Bryson. With the polo, khakis, like private school kind of attire, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Contestant number 9, we got Camden Harzinski. He will be a future guest. My co-host. He's he likes this guy. He calls him an all-around, like he's probably the best all-around player in 5th grade according to my co-host Camden. So he'll be a future guest on this show, and we'll see what he got. Here's Maverick Hardiman. As you guys know, Maverick. He was a guest on this show. He was a previous guest, and here's his back to school photo. Pretty similar, private school attire for his first day of school. Here's contestant number 11, Caleb Marinelli, aka Minnie McCaffrey. Minnie McCaffrey plays football. He was on a show that I wasn't on because I was in Atlanta, so I wasn't able to interview him. But here's his photo back to school. Then we got Rockwell Rouse or something like that. Yeah. So I think he's going to be a future guest on this show, I believe. Yeah. And then we got tomorrow's guest. This is tomorrow's guest, everybody. Anthony Cruz, who plays baseball. He plays baseball, Bryson. So we got a baseball player coming in tomorrow by the name of Anthony Cruz. He'll be coming in tomorrow night for his podcast. We got Liam Alfonso, who plays for the Florida Rebels in basketball. He was a previous guest on this show. Here's his first day of school. Then we got Keelan Hollowell, San Antonio stand-up, San Antonio fadeaway. First day of 5th grade. Wow, the 5th grade. The end of elementary, going into middle school. Wow, that's a big transition. What grade are you in, Bryson?
6. I just went to the 6th.
I just went to 6. So how's your 6th grade year going so far?
It's going good so well. I feel like I'm going to like it this year, especially because I can become like a trainer for football and basketball. I can go to all the games, so I'm going to like it. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. As a 6th grader, you're getting used to middle school, just getting to it. You know what I mean? Just getting used to middle school. You know what I mean? So, okay, that's cool. That's very good. I like it. All right, so here's Key. Here is Deuce Terrell Binion II. I think he's from Texas as well. He's from Texas, Deuce. So that's his photo. And then last but not least, we got Swaggy J. He was our first ever guest that we interviewed on this podcast. First ever that we interviewed. Yes, Jace Valdez. He's from Texas as well. He's from San Antonio. So shout out to Jace Valdez. So that's it. That's all the contestants. So if you guys want to vote your favorites, you guys can vote your favorites at the Be Ready Sports Podcast stories. You guys can vote and yeah, you guys can vote for your favorite, and the winner will be announced, I believe, August 24th. I believe, yes. Okay, so that's the back to school contest, including Bryson. He's one of the contestants. So if you guys want to vote for him, vote on them stories. Vote on them stories. He's currently second. So if you guys want to help him get him to that number one, please vote on the Be Ready Sports podcast stories. All right, so that's the contest, and then now we're gonna do a segment called State of the Podcast. So as you guys know, some of you may know, some of the older people in the audience, that you know how the president of the United States does the State of the Union, where he addresses the country. I think he does it every year or something like that. Yeah, so we're gonna do the same thing here, the State of the Podcast. You know what I mean? So so we have some data here that we want to share to the that I want to share to the audience. So yeah, so let's start on our IG page here. So let's start on our IG page. This is our IG page, guys. As you guys know, at Be Ready Sports Podcast. And as you guys know, we are almost halfway to 1,000. Almost there to 1,000 subscribers. We're about 70, 80, about 34 subscribers away from 1,000. And as you can see on the professional dashboard at the bottom there, 190,000 views in the last 30 days. Can you believe that, Bryson?
Crazy.
Yeah, so that means that 100 about 190,000 people have visited the account. Like they've seen the account. Like it could be through stories, could be through posts, could be through reels. Those people they how do you say it? They see in our account. Let's just say that. They see in our account. So yeah, man. So that shows you that we bring elite athletes on here. We bring elite athletes on here, including Bryson. So yeah, man. So 190,000, that is a huge, milestone. And obviously, another milestone that we want to hit is 1,000 followers. So please just follow the Be Ready Sports Podcast on Instagram so that we can reach our goal of 1,000 followers. Just hopefully. All right. So that's from our Instagram page. Now let's go to our YouTube channel here. So here's our YouTube channel. Okay, covering both of our screens here. Okay. And as you guys see, we just eclipsed 200 subscribers. Everybody give a round of applause for us from the Be Ready Sports Podcast. Thank you, Bryson. Just reached past 200 subscribers. The last episode we were at like 198. Now we gained eight extra subscribers. Shout out to you guys for passing 200 subscribers. 200 down, more to come. So thank you guys for the support from the Be Ready Sports Podcast. So, all right, so I'm going to show you another thing, guys, and then that'll be the end of that segment, and then we'll get into the sports topic. So, I did something interesting today. I was a bit bored. I'm going to admit, Bryson, I was a bit bored. So I just went on Google. You know what I mean? I just went on Google and I searched up our podcast, and this is what it showed. This is what it basically showed. Obviously, getting a whole thing like that from AI is, not easy. Let's just say that. You got to work really hard. Obviously, you got to get popular. You know what I mean? Like if you search up any name, like a random name, like your resume might not show up, but we search up our podcast and look at that. It's got everything. You know what I mean? Focus athletes, their development, and the journey to achieving their goals in sports. Content, in-depth interviews with athletes discussing their experiences, motivation, and what makes them successful. Platform, everything, just everything that what we cover here at the Be Ready Sports Podcast. So shout out to Google, man. Shout out to Google. Shout out to Google AI for mentioning us on the Be Ready Sports Podcast, and just for mentioning us. You know what I mean? So okay, so that's it for State of the Podcast. As you guys see, we're doing really well here. We're doing really well. We bring only the elite athletes here, and we're still gonna bring elite athletes. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna keep on going. We're just gonna keep on going. So yeah. All right, Bryson. So all right, so oh wait, one more thing. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a little announcement for our podcast. Tomorrow we're gonna do a segment that's called Throwback Thursdays, where we replay our old episodes. So basically, tomorrow at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be broadcasting. We will replay the first ever episode on the Be Ready Sports Podcast with Bruce. Shout out to Bruce from the Format Podcast. We interviewed him as our first ever guest. And yeah, that'll be replaying at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Throwback Thursday, the first episode on Throwback Thursday. And guys, who knows? 58 weeks from now, we'll see Bryson's episode here 58 weeks from now on Thursday. So, yeah, man. So, that's actually a new thing that me and my co-host Coach Tony wanted to do on Throwback Thursday. Replay these old episodes, just just bring them back to light. Bring them back to light. Just remind people that, oh, like this person was on the Be Ready Sports podcast. So we just wanted to do that on Throwback Thursday. All right, Bryson. So are you ready for some sports topics? All right, Bryson. So let's talk about the first thing here. So okay, so let's talk about the first thing. This was breaking news earlier today. This was breaking news earlier today. Not in the basketball world, not in the football world, not in the popular sports,
Mhm.
but it was about boxing. It was about some boxing. Jake Paul, as you guys know, Jake Paul, was a YouTube star, grew up to this professional boxer, and then now it was just announced that Jake Paul will be fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. Bryson, what are your thoughts on this? Jake Paul fighting Tank Davis.
In my opinion, I really feel like Javante Davis might beat Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Cause it's like this is like a crazy. Cause like most of the fights that I've seen of Javante Davis, he like mostly either get a knockout or like a round win, like from like what the judges pick, So Jake Paul, I seen him fight like sometimes like that, but I don't like really watch him that much. But I watch Javante Davis and I like the way that like he fight. So I feel like Javante Davis might win over Jake Paul.
Okay. Interesting. Some people might, argue about the weight because obviously, Jake Paul, he walks like a heavyweight. Like he walks like 195 plus, and Gervonta Davis, he's not really much of a heavyweight. So the weight, I'm pretty sure they found the weight for Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. They're gonna, fight at a weight that they agreed on, and it's happening. The fight is allegedly supposed to be happening in November. It'll be in November. Yeah, so this fight's gonna go down. Jake Paul against Gervonta Tank Davis in November. So that's in about 3 months from now. 3 months. So we're gonna have to wait 3 months until that fight happens. All right, so let's talk about some baseball, Bryson, because according to your bio, it said that your two favorite sports are baseball and basketball, correct?
Hmm.
Okay, so not really much with baseball news. There hasn't been really much popping out baseball news. So what we did, we just we're just gonna go over the standards. We're just gonna go over the standards here. Here's the National League. Um, looks pretty normal. Looks pretty normal. Nothing changed out of the ordinary. Phillies on top, the Mets. Then you have the Marlins at third. So okay, so let me ask you this, Bryson. Which MLB team do you like?
My favorite MLB team used to be the Red Sox. I used to like the Red Sox actually.
Hmm, so,
But
so, so
like
yeah.
besides that, I do like the Astros though. The Astros are one of my favorites.
Okay, so you like the Red Sox, then you like the Astros?
Hmm.
Okay, that's cool. All right. So I think the Red Sox are playing this Thursday against their rivals, the New York Yankees. They're playing on Thursday night, I believe, in a series. So that'll be an interesting series. The Red Sox Yankees, that series is very intense, gets hostile. You got Boston, New York. Those fans do not like each other, obviously. There's always competition. So yes, so let's bring up the standings here if it allows me to. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. Just bear with me for a second. Here it is. Here's the American League. So Blue Jays on top of the East. Bryson's team, the Red Sox, well, used to, I would say. They're third. Um, the Yankees, they were actually struggling at one point. They were actually playing the Marlins, in a three-game series. They got swept. They got swept by the Marlins. The Marlins actually, first time ever in franchise history where they swept the Yankees. First time ever, Bryson. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
I know the Miami Marlins, they swept the New York Yankees at home, well, at in Miami. And a lot of people were concerned about the Yankees, like what's going on with the Yankees? Like like are the Yankees like World Series ready? But the Yankees are looking good. As you guys see on the right side of the standings, there's a they're on a 4-game winning streak. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Can they keep that going against the Red Sox? Bryson's, well, ex favorite team?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. All right. All right, so where's the Astros on here? Oh, the Astros number 1. Astros number 1. So the Astros are your favorite team, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so the Astros doing pretty good. They're number 1, Bryson, in their division. They're looking pretty good. So so how you feeling about the Astros?
Hope the Astros can win again. Hope they can win a World Series. Because I remember I went to like a Houston Astros game before. It was like I like the intensity. It's a lot of people always there. Like a lot of people supporting a team. So like I liked it though. Because at that time, that's when they played against the Red Sox. And at that time, like the Red Sox used to be my favorite team and the Astros. So like that was a good game for me to go watch.
Ah, okay. So battle of your two favorite teams. Okay. Okay, so who are you rooting for? The Astros?
I was rooting for the Red Sox, but like when they started losing like pretty bad, I kind of switched over to the Houston Astros.
Oh, now you can't switch up on that like that, Bryson. You can't just switch up, go from a Red Sox fan to an Astros fan in mid-game. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, at least you got to see two of your favorite teams, right? The
Yeah, that
Astros
was
and the
fun.
Red Sox. Okay, that's cool. That's very good. But the Astros, they do have to, get through some teams like
Mhm.
the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Tigers. Have to get through those teams in order for them, to win their league and go to the World Series. So yeah, so here's the current standings of the MLB, and not really much changes. Bryson's team, number 1 in the West over there in the American League. All right, so that's it for baseball. And now let's talk about what's going to go on this Saturday, Bryson. So this Saturday, guys, um, college football's back. Yeah, I'm just saying, college football's back. Week 0's back. Finally, we get some football, some actual football. I'm not saying preseason football is actual football, but we actually get to see some big time football here, Bryson. So here's week 0. Here's the week 0 schedule of college football. Here's some games here. We got, obviously, the one that stands out is that game at noon, Iowa State and Kansas State in. Okay, so Bryson, okay, so guess where they're playing at? Iowa State and Kansas State.
I'll say at Iowa.
Iowa? No, not exactly. Do you have?
I feel like they're playing at like a big stadium.
Yes, they are playing in a big stadium.
Mm.
Do you give up?
Yeah, I do.
Well, what if I told you that they're not even playing in the United States?
They not?
They're actually playing in Ireland. Yeah, no, they're not. They're actually playing in Ireland, Bryson. Yeah, so
Dang, that's
this
far.
game is going to be in Ireland. Yeah, I know those players have to travel really far, obviously, to to get to where they're going to play at. Obviously, as you can see here, those two teams have to travel to Ireland, just like last year with my team, Florida State. By the way, that Florida State is my college football team. They had to travel to Ireland last year. It's a pretty nice event over there in Ireland. It's a pretty nice event. I'm assuming this year is going to be really good because both of those teams are ranked, which means both the teams are really good in their conference. They're going to be one of the two of the best teams in the conference. So this might be a preview of the conference championship game for the end of the year. So this is obviously the game of the week, obviously in week 0. As you can see, there's not a lot of games here that's, eye popping. So yeah, so that's obviously, the big game. That's obviously the big game. It's at noon. And then obviously right below that, you have Idaho State and UNLV. Then you got Fresno State and Kansas. Oh,
Oh, okay, my bad.
Bryson, you good? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Idaho State and UNLV. And then you got Fresno State and Kansas. Kansas, they're a pretty good team. They're also a pretty good team at football. They're not only a basketball school, they're also pretty much a little bit of a football school as well. So they're a pretty good team. Sam Houston in Western Kentucky. And then at 7:30, you got Stanford going all the way to Hawaii and on for the bigger conference. And then also there's something going on, that's how do you say it? Outside of the FBS, which are the bigger conferences, something called the MEOC SWAC Challenge. That's going to go on also at night. That's going to go on at night. North Carolina Central, who was amazing, did pretty good last year. They're taking on Southern from the SWAC and NC Central from the MEOC. This is going to be a big game, 7:30 on ABC on Saturday night. So Bryson, so what are your thoughts on college football week 0?
I feel like I'm gonna watch it, see some teams I might start liking, start watching more college football.
Yeah, I love it. Obviously the goal of college football, is to get these new fans, to enjoy college football because obviously college football is a tradition. Like college football is like no other. It's not like the NFL. It's unique. The fan bases are obviously more enthusiastic. They're more how do you say it? They're more intense. They're more passionate. You know what I mean? They go all out for their team. You know what I mean? Like they go all out. They go all out basically. So obviously we college football, the goal is to bring in these fans, you know what I mean? To bring in these fans and just, for fans to love college football. Cuz college football is a really big thing and obviously, and I really hope you enjoy it, Bryson. Especially watch that first game, Kansas State and Iowa State. I really want you to watch that game. If
Okay,
you
I'm gonna
really
try to catch it. Yeah, I'm trying to catch it.
okay, for sure. Okay, so that's college football, and then now, all right. So now let's get into some basketball. Bryson, you ready? All right. So let's talk about our first. Oh wait, hold on. Before we get into basketball, I wanted to show something from the preseason. This happened last Sunday, um, over there in Chicago, and they played the Bills, and 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 the score. Look at the score. 38-0. The Bears beating the Bills 38-0. So Bryson, so what are your thoughts on this? Basically.
It's crazy because like the Bills, in my opinion, is a way better team than the Bears. So like just looking at this is crazy, knowing that they threw 528 yards and it's 38-0. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes, Bryson also brought up a good fact, a good point. Yes, as you can see on the total yards, 528 to 180 yards. That is just a total demolishment. The Bears looked impressive since that first drive. Caleb Williams. Do you know who Caleb Williams is, Bryson?
I think that's the quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback. He played at USC. He won the Heisman.
Yeah,
No. Yeah. Yeah.
kinda.
Okay.
Yeah,
So kind of. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So he was impressive. He was really impressive in that first drive. Like he was confident with his throws. He was throwing lasers. He was throwing dots. Like he looked impressive. He looked really impressive, and I pretty much knew from that point on that the Bears were going to beat the Bills. And basically during the preseason, Bryson, it's basically, you know, Obviously, the Bills are the better team than the Bears. Obviously,
Mhm.
we all know that. Like, we all know that, obviously. But it's about the third strings, the fourth strings. You know what I mean? They're trying to earn how do you say it? Like a second string. They're trying to earn a spot, basically. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of the preseason. Is for these third stringers and the fourth stringers, probably even fifth stringers. They get to play, compete, and try and get a spot. That's the whole point of the preseason. That's the whole point. And as you can see, the Bears' depth, they crushed the Bills' depth. Obviously, as you can see, they gave zero. So nice win for the Bears. Just wanted to point that out for the preseason for the NFL. All right, so now let's get into some basketball news now. Okay, this news can get out of here. Get out of my screen. Oh, not getting off my screen. Hold on there, guys. Hold on. Uh, why is my computer glitching, Bryson? Why? Oh, there we go. Okay, there. Oh no. There we go. Okay. All right. So the next image should be coming up anytime now. Anytime now. Hopefully, if it can show up. Hopefully, it does any time now. And I'm just giving context, and then hopefully it comes up. So, as you guys know, a couple days ago, NBA news. We talked about the preseason. Oh, there we go. We talked about how NBA released their schedule. Rivals week, um, opening week. Bryson, did you hear that the Rockets are going to take on the Thunder first game?
They are.
Yeah, the Rockets. Kevin Durant going back to OKC first game on banner unveiling night in OKC. So what are your thoughts on that? KD coming back to OKC.
I really feel like KD probably might go crazy since he playing against his old team now. So I feel like he might do something, especially since he with the Rockets. I've been waiting to see how he's gonna do with the Rockets. So it's gonna be fun to watch that game. It's gonna be real hype too. So
Oh yeah, well, it's gonna feel like a playoff game, pretty much, because obviously those OKC fans they do not like KD because of how the departure was. They basically don't like that, and it's gonna be an interesting event. It's gonna be an interesting event. First game, KD get to watch that banner go up to the rafters. He gets to witness that as the opposing team. So I guess we'll see that in week one. But I want to get to some breaking news here, as you guys can see. It's a picture of John Wall. Obviously, a few days ago, John Wall announced that he was going to retire. Yeah, man. He officially retires after playing for 11 years in the NBA. Obviously, we all know him for playing with the Wizards. Obviously, put that team on the map. You know what I mean? So Bryson, do you know who John Wall is?
yeah,
Yeah. So, uh, what are your thoughts on John Wall retiring?
it's crazy because like in like 2018, 2017, John Wall, he was super nice playing for the Wizards. So it's just like watching him retire after playing for like so long in the NBA. It's just crazy.
Yeah, yeah, man, he was a baller. He was a great player. I actually wore one of his shoes like at the time. When I was playing. When I was playing child basketball when I was younger, I would actually wear his shoes, his John Wall shoes. So he was a very good player. He was a very good player and put that Washington team on the map. Obviously, the Wizards are not a great team now. Obviously, we all know. But at the time when John Wall was there, they were a great team. They were a playoff team. They were a contending team out in the East. But obviously, they ran into LeBron in Cleveland, obviously, and that team in the East. So, hey, he had an amazing career in the NBA and wishing him nothing but the best in his retirement. All right, so let's get into Another news that happened. This happened a couple weeks ago. This happened a couple weeks ago. A trade that occurred um, within the Miami Heat. Within the Miami Heat here, Haywood Highsmith. Haywood Highsmith. He was a real contributing piece to the Miami Heat. He was a real contributing piece. He was a pretty good player. They used him for size with the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat don't really have size. They really used him. So the Miami Heat have traded Haywood Highsmith and the second round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for a projected second round pick in this next year's draft. So Bryson, so what are your thoughts on this Haywood Highsmith going to the Nets?
I feel like the Nets. I feel like the Nets gonna like use them correctly, use them the right way to probably like help them win a few games with the people that they have. Um, and I feel like the Miami Heat. I feel like they probably shouldn't have did that because like knowing that they've been trading a lot of people, knowing they don't got that much people left like on a team that's like really doing stuff for the team. I feel like if they would have kept him, they probably could have won some more games. But the Nets might win more games getting like a taller person on a team to like help them bang down low.
Yeah, for sure. I was a bit questionable by it too, Bryson. On why the Miami Heat traded Haywood Highsmith. I was a bit questionable. Especially for a second round pick. I was like, he's worth more than a second round pick to
Yeah.
trade. And I was like, wow. I was like, this is just a steal for the Nets. So their roster, they got D'Angelo Russell, they got Keon Johnson, they got Michael Porter Jr. now. They got Michael Porter Jr.
Um,
in the Nets. They got Nick Claxton. They got Trenton Watford and guys like that. And then obviously you bring in Haywood Highsmith to that equation. It may not put the Nets up to playoff contention, but but you never know. It's the East. You know what I mean? The East is wide open, Bryson. You know what I mean? So obviously the Heat can get in there. The Nets can get in there. The Magic, the Pistons, those type of teams, can contend in the East. We don't know about the Celtics because of Jason Tatum. Jalen Brown now has to take over for that team. He's really got to put his money where his mouth is. You know what I mean? Because he's being paid a lot. So he really has to lead that team. Can he lead them to a championship? I don't know. Um, the Pacers, no Tyrese Halliburton. No Tyrese Halliburton. You get rid of, I believe, Miles Turner. You get rid of. You got rid of Miles Turner. So Pacers a little bit questionable. Basically, the only team, Bryson, is the Knicks. Do you agree?
yeah, because like they got Jalen Brown, like, Carl Anthony Towns, Mikael Bridges. They got like some nice pieces to probably help them go to the finals. So like even close to the finals, like the East Conference. Like yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously the Knicks on paper, they should win the East. Should. Yeah, I think the last time they went to a finals was in the year 2000. Was in the year 2000. So that was about 25 years ago, Bryson. Yeah, before you and I was born. In the year 2000. So obviously a pretty long time for the Knicks, and obviously Bryson, the Knicks fans, obviously they get crazy. They get crazy after a playoff win, regardless. Regardless if it's a first round or second round win, they always go crazy over there in 8th Avenue, over there outside the Garden. So they're always passionate for the team, and I think times are looking good for the Knicks. Orange and blue skies. Let me just say that. So yeah. So that's the sports topics. Bryson, you ready for your Q&A?
Mhm.
All right, for sure, for sure. All right. First question, Bryson. What made you fall in love with playing basketball and baseball?
So when I was always young, like I used to like sports. So like my parents like they helped me like get better at all my sports. So I played like every sport. So I ran track, I played football, I played baseball, and I played basketball. So like when I was first young, I liked basketball more often because like it was like the game that I like see myself like being great in, like trying to go to the NBA in, especially because I used to watch a lot of basketball. I always wanted to go to NBA. At the time I didn't like baseball, but like I still played it. Cause like I kinda liked it, but I was thinking about like playing baseball more, but I like basketball more than baseball, so that's why I started playing basketball. But baseball, I liked it. I started playing baseball when I was probably like 8 or 7 around that time. Then after that, I just kept playing it. It was fun. I like um I like being on my position, being a pitcher, especially being in like shortstop and all of that. It was my favorite position. So yeah, that's why I like baseball and basketball.
Okay, very good. So let me get this straight, Bryson. So when okay, so when you get older, right? When you get older, obviously you're great at basketball, right? Very great at
Mhm.
basketball. What if MLB team draft you like all the way? Okay, Bryson, apologies for that. Once again, it hit me. Once again. Okay, so back to the situation. Okay, so would you take the opportunity or no?
Say it again.
Okay, so would you take the opportunity? So, for example, if an MLB team drafts you
Mhm.
all the way in the eighth round while you playing basketball, right?
Mhm.
So, would you take that opportunity or just stay with basketball?
I probably will stay with basketball.
Okay, okay, okay. It's an interesting question. Okay, interesting. Okay, okay. So for basketball, which side of the
Mhm.
ball you like playing better, offense or defense?
I like offense.
Okay, why offense?
Because like on defense, like I like playing defense, but I at the same time I really don't. But on offense, like that's what like I get like more noticeable. Like where like I feel like my game is like most displayed at because um I would say like my favorite thing on offense is like really my floaters and stuff. But like I like offense because like I get to show my point guard skills off, like show like how I move the ball, can I can score, can do playmaking, can dribble, and that's why I like offense because like I can showcase more of my skills.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so what's your favorite memory playing both sports, baseball and basketball?
So my favorite memory I playing basketball, it was last year. We had a fall league tournament and we was playing against this team. The score was 18-18. And coach had made up a play like a sideline play because it was a tie game and it was a championship game. My teammate passed me the ball, and then I had scored the game winner Florida. Then we had won the championship.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, Bryson, I see you. Okay, so that's for basketball. Okay, so what about baseball?
And in baseball, I remember like when I was younger, like I used to play like a little league out here in Port Arthur, and I remember I think I had hit 5 in game, like in the park home runs. Like it wasn't out of the park, but it was like inside, like in the outfield. And I hit it to the outfield, and I hit 5 of them in one game. That was my favorite memory and my most I ever did in baseball. Cause at that time, like I was young, so I was surprised I even could do that.
Okay, that's cool. That's very good. Both sports. Okay, good job. Okay, so who do you idolize your game to in baseball?
In baseball, I would say like who I like to hit like
Yeah.
I did watch Aaron Judge a lot. Like that's who I like. I used to watch him a lot, like for like the batting experience, so like I can learn how to like bat when I'm up, like get my stance right and get more comfortable when I got the bat in my hand. So I used to watch Aaron Judge a lot for like my for like my batting. And for
Okay.
like pitching, like I'll watch like some people like techniques on how to pitch the ball correctly and stuff like that.
Okay. So Aaron Judge, a big name there for hitting. Okay. Yeah, he's a pretty good hitter. He's a pretty good hitter. He
Mhm.
can hit. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so if you had to play in an NBA arena for one game, what arena would that be and why?
I would say Oklahoma City because when I seen from like the finals games, I seen like their intensity was high. They was like very into the game. Like so like I would love to go play over there because of the people like the fans, especially like with the people that know me a lot, especially like them coming to watch me like mixture with the fans. It's a lot of people just watching me, they into the game. Like they having fun, they cheering my team on. So yeah, I would love to play over there.
Okay, so OKC. Okay, yeah, pretty interesting. Obviously, OKC. They're an amazing fan base. They're an amazing fan base. Shout out to Wanda Bawden, Bawden here, 409 The Trill. Proud of you, Bryson. So and the chat's been very supportive of you, Bryson. So shout out to the chat for being very supportive of our guest here, and he's doing a really good job answering these questions. So Oklahoma City, Bryson. Okay, obviously Oklahoma City has that fan base. They have that
Yeah.
passionate fan base. Like ever since the Supersonics of Seattle,
Mhm.
they came into Oklahoma City. I think it was 2008. They've been passionate ever since. They've been passionate ever since. Yeah, so they're a passionate fan base. They're a small market, people say, because they're not really like a New York or a Los Angeles, like those big markets. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
like the big cities. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So when something like a big event happens in that town, oh, it's huge. Like the whole state shows
Like
up.
everybody going.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, and I like the answer. Okay, so here's one for baseball. If you had to play in an MLB stadium for one game, what stadium would that be and why?
I would definitely say the Astros because like the people, like the fans, that's like all of the fans that's out there, like they are like so into the game. So like they don't even like talk to their neighbors that much. Like they just like watching the game of baseball, especially because they always cheering like cheering for the home runs or the batters that's up every single base they go on, like every time they score. I would say the Houston Astros because like they fans are like really into the game.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so can I quiz you real quick on the
Mhm.
Astros? Okay, so name one player from the Astros.
From the Astros. Let me think. One player from the Astros.
Do you want me to give you a clue?
Yeah, give me one clue.
He he's a star player. He's a star player for the Astros. He's a
Star
star player.
player for the Astros.
Yes, technically his first name starts with a J.
Let me just think real quick because I ain't watched baseball in a minute. So
Oh no, okay.
okay, start with a J. I think he the pitcher, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, he's not a pitcher.
He's not a pitcher. He play at base.
I believe so.
I
Yeah,
think he
he.
play at base. Yeah. Um. Ooh, hold on, this is a hard one. It shouldn't be hard, but it's hard. Um.
All right.
Start with a J. I know he play on the base. I think he played third or second around those bases. Third
He's
shortstop or second. I think third shortstop or second. I,
he plays second base.
oh. I think his first name Jose.
Yeah. But what's his last name?
Um, Jose
You got it, Bryson.
start with a last name is Altuve, something like that. Jose
Altuve.
Altuve. Yeah, Altuve.
Yes, Jose
He plays
Altuve.
so yeah.
Yes, he's the star player for the Astros. You
Yeah,
know.
cause I know, like, I used to play like MLB games. So when I used to Astros, I used to use him a lot, like to like help me like get the people who I'm playing against out.
Okay. Yeah, Jose Altuve. You know, he's the star player for the Astros. Okay. So just wanted to quiz you there. Okay, so what was the best game you had for basketball?
I would definitely say when I played in Dallas, we played against a team called the Defenders. At that time we played like in Dallas. I played for Next Gen at the time, and we played against the Defenders. I had 14 points, probably like 3 steals, a rebound or two, and like 8 assists. I always remember that game.
Okay. Pretty interesting game. Okay. That's good. Okay, so what's the best part about your game?
Definitely my floaters.
Oh, your
Like
floaters.
I'm good at my mid range and my layups and my threes, but my floaters are probably like the best thing I have so far, like for my game.
Okay, so your floaters. Okay. That's very good. Okay. So what is something that you want to improve on in your game?
Definitely get into more of my shots, cause like sometimes when I'm in a game, I have a lot of open shots, but like sometimes I'd be like a little bit afraid to take them. Like I'd be a little hesitant. But like it's like some games, like I'll play like the regular way I always used to play, like just get into my midi a lot, trying to get to my floaters. That's usually what I get to, my floaters. But I really want to improve on my 3 pointers, because like when I'm open for threes, sometimes it'll go in and out, or like it like hit the back rim. But sometimes I do want to improve on my 3 point shooting.
Okay. That's cool. 3-point shooting. Okay. Okay, so what's your favorite NBA team and why that NBA team?
My favorite NBA team is the Warriors because of Steph Curry. I
Because
know
it's
some history about them though, because I know like they used to have Chris Mullin and Baron Davis and all of
yeah.
them a long time ago, and I used to like watch them on how they used to play a long time ago.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those players used to play for the Warriors. Okay, so it's because of Steph Curry. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay. The next question was actually what's your favorite MLB team and why? But you already kind of answered that question.
yeah.
So with the Red Sox and Astros, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So what's your training slash practice schedule like during the week?
So during the week, every now and then I'll probably go to like on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, sometimes probably on a Saturday. I'll probably go to training at like 6, or like I'll have practice at like 5, 5:30, 6 o'clock every now and then. And then we'll go like hoop, like do a little quick hoop session for like an hour or two, just working on passing drills, dribbling, shooting, getting to open shots, learning how to like get past the defender. So yeah, that's like my training schedule, like 5 through 7 around. Like for my training, I have practices like on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, around that time. Yeah.
Okay, so 5 through 7 p.m. or a.m.
Yeah. PM.
p.m. Okay, that's cool. All right, yeah, yeah. So yeah, like, and obviously, summer. Obviously in the summer, there there was a lot of time. A lot of time, obviously, and obviously school wasn't in the way and stuff. So, so is that your schedule now for like with school, or how was it like in the summer? The same thing, or was
Like
it
in
like
the summer, I'll probably do like more time, because like we had way more time. School wasn't in the way, so
yeah.
we'll probably have practice at like 5 to like 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I have training for like an hour 30 minutes. So yeah, but like during school time, we starting to like start back up on fall leagues, because we supposed to be playing in the tournament in November. Um, so we probably gonna get back to practicing in like September, so we can like get back warmed up. Cause like our last tournament we did good. We won the whole tournament, but like you could just tell we was like kind of rusty. So we gonna probably get back in the gym and like just get back to more practicing and get into like get back with the team again.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, very good. Okay, so if you had to meet any sports athlete, it could be baseball, it could be basketball, it could be football. Who would it be and why?
For sure, everybody already know, but I want to meet Steph Curry super bad
Steph Curry.
because
And
like when I was always young, I always used to like admire his game, seeing like cause like floaters. I really used to watch how he used to do the high floaters and the 3 pointers. Cause like I'm gonna be honest, when I was young, I always watched Steph Curry like shooting threes. So like that always like made me want like play basketball more. Cause like I like the way like how he used to shoot. So like I always took it in like I want to become a shooter too, and like work on my floaters as well. So like watching him just made me like shoot the ball way more often. So yeah, I want to always meet him, and that's my idol. So that's
okay,
like my favorite NBA player.
okay, for sure. Okay, I like that. Okay, so last question. What are your favorite hobbies slash interests to do outside the basketball court and the baseball field?
On a basketball court, my favorite hobby is really like what you mean by like hobbies?
Like for example, like do you play video games? Do you do like
Oh yeah.
art? Yeah.
So like outside of like basketball, I'll probably play like basketball games. Like am I like I'm a like yeah, I like gaming a lot. Yeah, I probably and sometimes I know how to draw just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like riding my scooter. Like around it's like a little electric scooter that I do. Um I like playing the game a lot because cause sometimes it's how like I really did learn about like the NBA more by just playing 2K a lot. Like cause like I be playing 2K sometimes to like get to know like more of the people that's like on the rosters and like how the teams look, like the trades and all of that. Sometimes I'll look like on ESPN, watch a little basketball highlights. And yeah, that's what I usually do. Like for baseball, sometimes like I read like a few baseball books to like see baseball players, like watch like old videos of like how they used to play a long time ago, like how was it invented and stuff like that. Cause like I like watching like how things were like started, like what made basketball, like who made baseball and all of that. So like yeah, that's what I do like when I'm off from playing sports.
Okay, so basically you like to like find out the history of basketball and
Yeah, I
baseball,
like finding
right?
history of sports.
Okay, so who founded basketball?
Niesman.
Yeah,
Neesman. Yeah, Neesman. I forgot his last name, but yeah.
yeah, Neesmith. Yeah, uh, th- and I think there's actually a Hall of Fame. Actually, where's the Hall of Fame for basketball? I think it's like in Springfield.
think it's in yeah, like somewhere around there, like in no, it's not in New York. No, I don't think it's in New York. No, that's where the NBA shop is, but no, it's not in New York.
The NBA shop. The NBA shop. Okay, that's cool. All right, Bryson. So that was it for the Q&A, and now, all right. So now let's get into the guest's favorite part of the show, which is the show and tell. So, uh, so right now we're gonna show your content.
Mhm.
So, uh, and if you want to show any of your accomplishments, like medals, rings, trophies, like if you want to show that off, you could if you want. Yeah. So if you want, oh wait, hold on. It's for my co-host here. Trivia time. Who are the three players that average a triple double for a season? Trivia time.
I know one was Nikola Jokic. Pretty sure it was him who averaged a triple double in his stats. Who else? Who else? I know it was Nikola Jokic. I think Westbrook does too, if I'm not mistaken. Think
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic and Westbrook. And one more person who averages a triple double besides them two.
Okay.
Nikola Jokic and Westbrook. Let me think.
Okay. So
Is it
Jokic.
Wimby?
No, Jokic, Westbrook, and then somebody from like the past. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
from the past.
Yeah. I'm gonna just give
Okay.
you his first letter of his first name. His first letter's O.
Oscar Robinson.
There we go. There we go. Oscar Robinson. Yeah, he's a point guard. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was from my co-host, Coach Tony. So he might pop on. So I guess we'll see later on. Okay, Bryson. So let's get into the show and tell, shall we? All right. All right. So let's get into your first image here. Let's get into your first image. Yay! Finally, my thing changed. All right. So here's you for your back to school. Here's your photo for back to school. The photo that got you second right now out of I think 17 contestants. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So how was your first day of school?
Um, it was good because like my classmates, I knew like a lot of them, like from my old school or like playing like school ball. So like I'm like most people in my class, like I'm cool with. So like, it was cool going to gym, learning about what we gonna like do in class and stuff. Knowing that I'm like now I'm in the sixth grade, so like yeah, I gotta like sixth grade, like it's real because like it's like a lot of things like you gotta know about. It's a lot of things that you got like to study. A lot of homework gonna start coming soon. Basketball and everything. So like I'm just ready for middle school. Like middle school, I'm liking it so far. It's not that bad. First day of school was cool, knowing like I got to know my teachers, had some friends in my class I could talk to. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Obviously having friends, that's key. What I mean? Yeah, yeah, like having friends in a class, that's gonna help you like a lot. What I mean? It gets you comfortable. What I mean? Like, talking to people. What I mean? So yeah, man. So sixth grade. Okay. Yeah, obviously, sixth grade you gotta learn stuff, obviously, blah blah blah. But when it gets to high school where I'm at right now, it kind of gets worse, Bryce. So
Yeah.
so just enjoy it. Obviously, enjoy your middle school years, obviously, sixth, seventh, eighth grade. What I mean? Obviously enjoy it. And yeah, just enjoy it. All right. All right, so let's get into your second pick here. All right, so where were you in this clip? It sounds like you were in Puma,
Yeah, we was in the Oklahoma tournament in Puma.
Oklahoma. Okay, so uh uh, did you see the Oklahoma City Thunder arena or no?
No, we wasn't around there. We was
Oh
like in
no.
yeah, our tournament. I think we played in Norman because I know we seen the Trey Young facility. Because that picture, that's where we was at. We was at the Trey Young facility.
Ah, okay. So Norman, okay. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so okay, so I know the thing was in Norman, but what okay, so what team were you playing for and where was like the venue? Like pretty much.
Okay, so I was playing for Port Out the Storm at the time, and I know we like where we like played at like all of our games.
Yeah.
We played at the Trey Young facility and the other facility. It was like, ooh, I forgot the name of it, but it was like another big facility, like where we played at. So yeah, like we played at some big gyms, like probably had like 10, 15 courts. So some like somewhere around those type of courts. Some courts had like three, and I think the other one had like 10 or 15 around those.
Okay, well, it's a lot of courts. 10 to 15 courts. That's a lot. So, how is it like playing in the Puma circuit?
It's fun because like it's a lot of teams like in the Puma circuit, a lot of parents, a lot of people. So like a lot of teams being in the Puma circuit, it's like it's packed. It's actually fun being in the Puma circuit because like you all the way out of town, like you just having fun playing basketball away from home for a little bit, and yeah, that's what. But I like the Puma circuit because it's like more. It's more funner than just playing in like Houston for a while and just playing in like yeah, just really just Houston inside of Houston. So like just going out of town to play basketball, that's like real fun to me.
Okay, having fun. That's the main important thing playing basketball. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so here's your third clip. Okay, so where was this? Where was the venue? And I think you were playing for Port Arthur, it looks like.
Yeah, I played for Port Out the Storm at the San Antonio Nationals at think it's the January B convention center. had 40 plus courts. So yeah,
Mm.
that was a great experience. Knowing like this was my first time. So like PS Storm they went last year, but they didn't do too well. But like the next year after that, like they improved more. Then I went to go back to like go play with them, and then like we had went to nationals. Then we had went 4-1. We had lost to this nice Kansas team. Like they could just shoot. Like that's all they could do is like really shoot. But we did real good while we was out there, knowing like this was my first time. We got like the team like we got way better. Like from times when I used to play with them, like we got way better from those times.
Okay, yeah, pretty good. Amazing. Wow, 40 plus chords, Bryson. Like, how did you like navigate through like how did you navigate through 40 plus chords?
So nationals, like they got some big old signs where you can see like the court numbers. So I
Yeah.
was just like trying my best to like find the courts. So just trying because it was so many courts just around me. It was like real hard for me to find.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. It's
And then like a
really.
bunch of people crowding like one court, all in like the walkway. So it was like real hard for me to find all my courts.
Oh yeah, it's people involved too. Yeah, that's crazy. Especially got to go for 40 plus courts. You got to navigate where court 25 is. Like it's hard, a hard trip to get there. So okay, I like that. All right. So who are these people here?
So that was my school ball team for Terrell Elementary. We had won the school ball championship for the year. We went undefeated. We went 8-0.
8-0. Wow. Okay. Okay. Congrats, Bryson. 8-0.
Thank you.
Wow. Like going undefeated, in any level could be elementary, middle, college, professional. It's really hard to do, to go undefeated, but going undefeated, it means something. I mean something. Okay. So where was this? So where
This
was
was
it?
at this was in Port Arthur, Thomas Jefferson Middle School.
Okay. So Port Arthur. Okay.
hmm
So Port Arthur. Okay. All right. So who are these people?
So that was in fourth grade. So the one you just showed was in fifth grade. So we won back to back that year. We won fourth grade championship and we won fifth grade championship.
Wow. Back to back. Wow. That's something really hard to do. Going back to back.
Especially
That's
like fourth grade year. I would say like a lot of people on my team like we wasn't that good. Like the tall person in the back, like that's my friend Aiden. At the time I'll say like he really improved because like in fourth grade, like that was his first year playing basketball. So like he was learning like how to use his height and like as an advantage in scoring. So this year like he got way better, like he improved. And since that was my fourth grade year, I just tried my best to like just play because like that was my first year playing with school ball versus a bunch of other schools. So like I just had to figure my way to like win because I had like some other people that was like playing good on my team. Like I had to like it was just like all of us together just trying to win. So yeah.
okay. Very good. Okay. I like that. Okay. So all right, so let's get into your next clip here. Okay, so where was this? And I like the picture, like in action photos.
Yeah, so at that time, like that was my first every year playing AAU. So that was my team GTB and it stands for Golden Triangle Boys. And we was in Houston at harvest time. We played at harvest time.
Okay, okay, that's cool. Shout out to Takaya Green. Shout out to Port Arthur Storm and their devoted coaches. Yeah, Bryson. So by the way, like, and if you want to give any shout outs, to your team, teammates, coaches, trainers, you can give as many shout outs as you can. So
Okay.
so you can give as many shout outs as you can. Okay. Just want to give you a little note right there. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so where was this?
This was at harvest time in Houston.
Houston. Okay, Houston. Okay. And this was your first travel team?
Yeah, my first ever AAU team. My first time playing AAU.
Oh, first time playing AAU. So how was it first time playing AAU?
It was like really scared because like I'm playing against ranked team. Cause at that time, like that's when I used to see a lot of teams used to be ranked, and I seen a lot of people. So like I kind of got scared me knowing like I'm playing in Houston versus other people. like that I never met before, like I never knew. Just like playing out of town versus real good teams. So like yeah, but I got used to it fast because like now like that I'm starting to play it. AAU really not that hard. Like as long as you got the right teammates, right players that's like you on the same page with, it's real easy. So AAU really not that hard no more. But my first year I was kind of like scared, so I just had to like get over it.
Okay, that's very amazing. Okay, so shout out to Tiffany, giving support to you, Bryson.
That's my teammate Tink, yeah,
Okay, Teak. Okay, so shout out to him. Shout out to Corey. I'm his number one fan.
my cousin,
Your cousin. Hey, hey, shout out to Cuz. Okay, shout out to Corey, my
one of
point
my
guard
players from Next Gen
from Next Gen. All right, all right, Next Gen supporting. Shout out to Next Gen. We got the James crew. Shout out to James crew.
cousins.
Cousins again. All right, all right, all right. Hey man, shout out to the chat, man. Keep on supporting, guys. Bryson, he's a really good guest. He's a really good guest so far. All right, so let's get into your next clip. Okay, so it sounds like this was you with Port Arthur Storm again. So where was this?
This is a picture like in nationals that I had, like the videographer had took. So yeah, I just posted it because that was at nationals.
Oh, so national. That was in Orlando.
Oh, that was a San Antonio. That was San Antonio nationals.
Oh, San Antonio. Okay,
Mhm.
that's cool. All right, so who were you playing against here?
I think their name was Syntex. Yeah, Syntex. Yeah, that's who we played against.
Syntax. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so who are these people here? PNG.
Yeah, this was like my outside of playing like a Port Arthur. Like so I had went to Port Neches and like that's why I used to like play like I had leagues out there. So I play like in a Port Neches league out there. And like that's why I used to play it, like get to learn new friends because like being out here is fun. So I would probably like I was just like I want to like go somewhere else and go play. So like I probably started playing in the PNG league probably in like 8 years old, and like after that I just kept playing it because it was fun. I was meeting new people, getting to know more people, bringing them to the AAU team so they can like start playing AAU. But yeah, this my PNG team. We won a championship that year too. So yeah, I like this team though. This team was real nice to play with. I had some good teammates. So yeah, it's my PNG team that I play like in the league at.
Okay. Having fun. Especially like playing in a league game. It's amazing. Okay, I like that. Okay, shout out to Tiffany again. Calling me. Carlos just wants to let you know that he drops 15 plus every game. Is that true, Bryson?
Not every game, but
Not every.
not every game, but yeah.
like most,
Yeah,
right?
most of my games, yeah, I had like
All right.
15 or more.
All right, for sure, for sure. All right. Yeah, keep on supporting chat. Keep on supporting. Keep on supporting. We love the support. Okay, so where was this?
That was in Orlando. That was in Orlando. Like that's where I got lost a lot. Cause this think like 49 courts, almost
Yikes.
50 courts. Cause we went to the world's biggest convention center. So like and then they had like some small pieces of papers of number and it was like too many courts. So yeah, I liked it out there. It was a nice experience. First time being in Orlando. Stayed at a hotel with the team and everything. So like yeah, I liked it. I loved it. It was fun. It was a nice experience going all the way to Orlando. First time. So just being with my team, having fun, being able to play basketball. So yeah, I liked it out there in Orlando. It was fun.
Okay, so the tournament was in Orlando. Okay, so how was it in Orlando? Like outside of basketball, how was it?
It was beautiful. It's a lot of people there. Um, a bunch of people there. Like it was probably like it was very crowded because like a lot of teams was playing out there in the Puma circuits. It was nice. Like they had pools, water parks, Disneyland. It was like nice with like super big hotels. It was real nice. Like I loved it out there. Like besides playing basketball, we had a lot of fun going to parks, water parks, going swimming. It was real fun out there.
Water parks and everything. Okay. Hey, in Florida, it does get hot. So, how was
Yeah.
the weather in Florida?
It was good, I think. Yeah, it was hot. It was super hot. I mean, we was just so while we was outside, we was just sitting under the seats and everything. So yeah,
Hey, there's nothing like that Florida sun. That
yeah, it's
humidity.
super hot.
Yeah, primarily because of the humidity. Because of the humidity, I probably take out the humidity. It still be hot, but it won't be as hot.
Like as hot as it
Water.
is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so where was this? And wow, two big trophies. Okay.
Yeah, that was my championship game, like my when I was in fifth grade. That was me holding up the championship trophy that we won.
Okay. So I'm assuming one you kept, and then one is for the coach.
Yeah, like one is like for the school, so we can always just keep like for memories, knowing like that we had one like a long time ago. So yeah, and just like to just keep at the school, like to showcase that we got a championship.
Okay, that's cool. That's very good. All right, so that's it for your pictures. And wow, we very nice pictures, Bryson. A lot of great pictures. From the Puma circuit, school ball. Even we saw one from your first AAU team, with GTB,
B.
GTB. We saw one with PNG with the league game. So yeah, so very nice pictures, Bryson. Very nice show and tell for the first half. That's the first half. Now we're gonna get to the second half. But before we get into the second half, I really want to show you this clip. We always show it to our basketball guests, um, always before we do the video. So 6-second clip. All right, so yeah, so watch this.
Hey, that's crazy. In game two,
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on that?
and that's wild. He in the fourth grade. Oh, he in the fifth now, right?
Probably, yeah, he's fifth.
That's crazy. Knowing like and you doing that in a game, that's wild. And most pros probably can't even do that. So like, that's just crazy. Especially
And
knowing like you young, fifth grade doing that. That's wild.
and the confidence to do that is just
Like
crazy.
in game versus like a real team. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so that was actually our first clip that I wanted to show you. But then later on, as we got through these episodes, we actually saw a clip that rivals that actually. So I'm gonna show you the second clip. It's about 10 seconds long. So let's see.
Oh, good D, baby. Oh, oh, let's go.
Dang, he did a spin move layup.
Yeah. So he did a 360. So
Oh, a 360.
yeah,
Hmm,
yeah. So Bryson, so which one do you like better? The one with
The
Keelan?
first one.
The first one? Okay. Okay. Yeah, but that second clip is probably the only one that rivals that second clip, that 6-second clip. But obviously, that 6-second clip is like, how do you say?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
crazy. That's nasty.
it's a classic. It's a classic on the Be Ready Sports podcast. All right, so let's get into your videos here. Yeah, so let's get into your video. 1 minute and 6 seconds. So guys, so tune in. Oh, the thing's muted. So if you want to talk through it, you could. Bryson, if you want to talk through it, you could.
Okay.
Yeah. So where was this?
So that was in Orlando at the Puma National Circuit.
Puma Nationals. Okay. Okay. So who shot that three?
This
That's you.
me, yeah.
Boom for three. Okay.
This
Okay.
was in Oklahoma. Yeah, this was in Oklahoma.
And one. Driving in. Kick. Corner three. Boom. Okay. Wait. Oh wait, a defensive clip here. Okay.
I like defense. Like sometimes, I really like defense when I would say like I really love defense when I'm playing against people because like some people like they like to trash talk a lot. So like defense, like that's when I like really love playing defense the most.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think I saw in that last clip you were like clapping in his face and stuff, like
Yeah.
staring him down. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That some confidence there. Okay. Some confidence. Okay. Yeah. So that's the only clip that we have, guys. That's the only clip that we have here from the show and tell portion. So yeah, so it was a pretty eventful 1 minute. We saw Puma Nationals in Orlando, I believe, the convention center, Oklahoma City, that and won, and a lot of threes, Bryson. And I think I asked you a question about what what would you improve on it,
Mm.
and I think you said something about making threes or
Yeah, I want to
like
prove I'm making my threes.
hey, but that clip there, making threes. So, so do you want to make more threes, like on the move?
Yeah, like more threes. Cause like sometimes like I'll be open and like it can like help us get more into the game. But like sometimes I'll be just like, nah, I don't want to miss it. So like I'll just try to drive in and try to get like another shot, like a mid range or a floater or layup, one of those two. But I'm starting to like I really want to start practicing more on my threes so like I can be like more confident on shooting my threes.
Ah, for sure. Yeah, obviously, when you get older, obviously the defenders are going to be more faster, more stronger, and obviously sometimes those shots are going to have to be on the move. Like someone's going to set a
Yeah.
down screen, you got to like either curl it or just go out to the three. There might be some threes where you have to like go out to the side, while you shoot it.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, obviously working on those threes. Obviously those type, obviously not just spot up, obviously, off pick and roll and stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, okay, so my co-host always asks this question. Okay, so what are your top three sneakers you would bring in your bag before a game?
Sneakers. So
Yeah.
shoes like I wear in a game or like shoes like I just wear like when I'm not playing.
Top three. The top three favorite shoes.
Okay. So my favorite shoes, top three. I would say my first ever favorite shoes was some I always wanted Air Force Ones.
Air
Air
Force
Force
Ones.
Ones all white. And like I used to always like looking at them, especially because like it can like go like more with clothes in my opinion.
Okay.
My second favorite is probably the Jordan 11s red the cherries. Jordan 11 cherries.
Okay. Jordan 11 cherries. Okay.
And my third favorite is some new balances like the ones that had like in my picture, my back to school picture. That's my other favorites.
Wait. Let me bring it up real quick. So
Yeah,
those.
those are my favorite. Yeah, these.
Okay. Okay. So those are top three. Okay. Okay. That's cool. Corey here said that Curry's.
For basketball, yeah, Curry's my favorite shoes. Curry's, um, Lamellos, and I like Kevin Durant's. It's just not my size, but yeah, I like Kevin Durant's and I like Kobe's.
Kobe's. Okay. Okay. So what are your top three basketball sneakers like to wear for basketball?
So I like Curry's. That's one.
Okay.
I love like the Kobe's, like her, like his daughters, like the Gigi's. I was
Yeah.
supposed to get them like in I was gonna get them in Orlando, but I was like, nah, I'm probably trying to get them another time. But like I like those, and for my third favorite, probably I'll say probably Lamellos. Lamellos not that bad in my opinion. I like Lamellos. Yeah.
Okay. Mellows. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So those are your top three basketball sneakers, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Here's another question my co-host would usually ask. every number has a story. So what is your number and what's like the story behind that number?
So number one, it was like always my favorite number because I used to always see people like using like other numbers, probably like number two, like 5, 15, 11, and all of that. So like I always like I picked number one because like that's what I want to be like when I get older. So I always pick that jersey number. It's been my favorite jersey number. So like always like every team that I go to, I always probably ask the coach like, "You got jersey number one?" Because like that's my main jersey number. So like behind it, I'll say I picked it because I always used to dream like me just going like number one in the draft or something like that. So I always wanted to be like number one in, like everything that I do. So that's why I picked number one.
So number one. Okay. Number one, it's a pretty valuable number because
Yeah.
you are the one after all. So, and number one is a pretty, or what Corey said, number 30 because of Curry. Hey, hey, and I think that number 30, belongs to Curry.
Yeah.
you know that.
I wore it this year. But like, yeah, I like wearing cause like when I was younger, I always wanted to wear number 30. Cause like Steph Curry, like I used to just like that's the only person I used to always want to just rock Curry's, cause you get Curry jerseys and all of that. But like once I got older, I was like, I just want to stick with a number that's like I always just want to keep till I get older. So I just picked number one, and I always want to keep number one.
Number one. Okay. Okay. There you go. He wants number one, Corey. Okay. All right, guys. Phone lines are open. Click the link in the chat. I'm gonna see if I can put the link up again so that you guys can come on and just talk to Mr. Bryson here. Okay, so if you guys want to come on, give him some advice, give him a shout out, ask him a question, just anything. You know what I mean? So, okay, here's what Corey said. Tebow, he said number 11 because he's one of one. Hey, makes sense. 4x4. Yeah, and I think there's a verse in Travis Scott's song that's like something one of one. Pillow talk. Let's say it's something like that in the song 4x4. Yeah, and there's something like one of one. It's something there. But yeah, okay, that's cool. Tiffany here, number 2 for Shea Gilchrist Alexander.
He loved Shea Gillis Alexander. That's why he said that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, but he's the future. He's the future.
Yeah, yeah, I like yeah, I watch him sometimes like and I just when I watch him, I just see like how he got so much confidence. So I be just sometimes like when I watch him, I always want to like copy his confidence because he got a lot of confidence to do a lot of things by he in the game, especially attacking to the basket.
Oh yeah, he attacks. Tries to draw fouls. You know what I mean? And a lot
Yeah.
of people like to call him a foul baiter, but he's just doing his thing. He's just doing his thing, trying to get to the line. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So he's the next generation. Anthony Edwards. Um, who else? Thompson twins, Asar and Amen Thompson, Wemby. Dylan Harper. That whole Cooper Flag. That's the next generation. And
Yeah.
okay, so Bryson, so what are your thoughts on this new generation? Obviously the LeBron, the Currys, the Durants, they're about to go in about a few years,
Mhm.
unfortunately. But how do you feel about this new generation with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, about those?
So like now that I'm like starting to see like all the veterans are like finna go soon, I feel like Shay he might be ahead of the league now since like he been like hooping. He got a bunch of MVPs, championship now. Like he like especially because like he been a lot of people was trading him like the Clippers and all that. Like they traded him to Oklahoma. He probably could have helped the Clippers win a championship.
Yeah,
Knowing because he could have had Kawhi Leonard, Zubac,
yeah.
and I think he still would have had Paul George at the time before he got traded. So I'll probably say, yeah, it's probably gonna be Shea and Anthony Edwards, in my opinion. That's the two people who really just gonna like do something. Especially now that Cooper Flag going to the league, that's gonna be, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get really entertaining. I mean, obviously the LeBrons, the Currys, how are you gonna feel when those players like the LeBrons, the Currys, Ace Bailey, obviously he's obviously the next generation, but he doesn't like playing in Utah for some reason. I don't know,
Yeah.
like like what is it with Utah? Like the mountains are not good or something like that. Don't forget about Lurid Irvin, or do you mean Kyrie Irvin? Or, I don't
I
know.
think he needs
Uh,
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie probably. Yeah, obviously Ace Bailey's a part of that too. Kyrie Irvin, yes, Kyrie Irvin as well. Yeah, obviously, how are you gonna feel, Bryson, when guys like Kyrie Irving, LeBron, Curry, how are you gonna feel when those people retire?
When they retire, I feel like a lot of people gonna remember like their legacy of when they was in the NBA, like the good moments they had, the championships they led all their teams to. Um, yeah, it's gonna be wild because especially for Kyrie, he was like he was nice like in 2017, 2018, 2016 around that time. I feel like that was like his prime. Like when he like started like to that's when his layups got known, his handles, his jump shot, all of that. So Kyrie, a lot of people gonna remember him. LeBron when he played like for Miami and Cleveland. Like a lot of people gonna remember those times. Especially like when Steph Curry broke like the 3-point record. When he no, that was Cleveland though. Like when they went back to back for the championship for 2017 and 2018, a lot of people gonna remember that how him and KD KD and Clay Thompson had helped them win back to back championships. So it's gonna be just wild watching them all retire.
Yeah, it's a matter of when, not if. So
Yeah.
when that day comes, I think a lot of people are gonna be really old
Yeah.
because people are gonna say, "Oh, that was my childhood watching, Curry, LeBron, Kyrie." You know what I mean? And then now you got this new wave of talent like the SGAs, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton. That, including you, according to Corey, Bryson is the future. Okay, yeah, probably later on. Yeah, obviously later on you got to get through middle school, then high
Yeah.
school, then get through college. Okay. All right, Corey. Okay, so yeah, so okay, so Bryson, so what are your long-term goals? Wait, but before you answer that question, guys, phone lines are open in the chat. Um uh, uh Bryson, Tiffany wants to, if you want to read it, you could.
All right, Tank. Thank you for watching this interview. And yeah, thank you, Tank.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. He was a great guest. He was a great guest, and it was a pleasure to interview him. You know what I mean? Thank you. All right, for sure. Guys, phone lines are open. You guys can check the link in the chat. You guys can come on and talk to Bryson here, the future. Okay, so what are your long-term goals, Bryson?
Um, First, I really want to make it to my college dream before I even like try to go to the NBA. One of my dreams is to go to the NBA, but like I do want to like be able like to go to my college. Like one college I do really want to go to is Duke because like they got a good legacy of NBA players that like went to the NBA. Um, Sometimes I think about like trying to go to Kentucky and all of that, but like sometimes I really just want to go to Duke because like that's where most players like came from, like to be able to make it to the NBA. So I feel like I want to go to Duke like when I get older to like play basketball.
Duke. Okay. Obviously, they're a huge blue blood. Obviously, they're huge. Got a pretty good coaching staff over there, and they generate league players. Let's just say that. Basically, if you start for them or you're in the rotation, you basically make the league. Basically, so yeah. So obviously, you being a part of that obviously gives you a high chance of getting drafted. Obviously, that's huge. Obviously, on 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 I don't know if he's talking to you or me. I don't know. I don't know. I got
Now
some
you're talking to
hairs.
me like when I get older.
Yeah. Hey, hey, our age rises. You know what I mean? Our age gotta grow, obviously. You know what I mean? So, hey, for sure. Obviously thinking highly. You know, what I mean, Duke obviously is huge. Yeah. So obviously you got to work hard. Obviously you got to work
Yeah.
hard. You got to beat out the 1%, 3% in order to get to Duke. So hey, got to keep working hard. You know, and obviously your whole chat believes in you. I believe in you with seeing all the content. So hey, keep on working. All right, Bryson.
Mhm.
North Carolina. Ooh.
That wouldn't be bad. That's not a bad place to
Nah,
go to.
nah. North Carolina, not
It's not that bad.
not that bad. Okay. Yeah. Hey, he's considering North Carolina too. So he's
Like
considering
when
that.
I get older, I might change my mind probably, but I'm probably so like right now I'm gonna probably say Duke, but no telling because like when I get older, they might have way better people, might have more like a bigger legacy. So who knows? So like for right now, I'm just saying Duke, but like when I get older, I don't know who I'm gonna go to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, obviously things can change from here in 5 years from now, for example. You know what I mean? Like a team like, I don't know, Florida State can on the come up win championships
Yeah,
all of a sudden. So, hey, a lot can happen, especially with NIL. Do you know what that is, Bryson? NIL?
yeah, and I deals.
Yeah, name, image, likeness. Yeah, especially that nowadays,
Yeah,
that can easily change a program, like easily. Like as long as you got the money, and as long as you got the money, the program's like taken care of. Basically, you just pay those top rated players, and they're gonna go there. All right, guys. 60 seconds, 1 minute for you guys to click the link. And if you guys want to talk to Bryson, you guys could. Link is in the chat. Link should be in the top of the chat, or I reposted it. So if you guys want to click the link, talk to Bryson, you guys could if you guys want. You guys got 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. All right. Uno minuto. So Duke, Carolina. What about uh Spartans, Michigan State? Not them.
Michigan State. Um, I'm like I seen them like I'm like seen them hoop before, but probably not. Probably not.
Nah.
I probably Michigan State not a bad team though. Michigan State not a bad team.
Yeah, they're obviously a blue blood. Obviously, shout
Yeah.
out to Cash Prince 2032. Just giving you a shout
What's
out
up,
right
Cash?
here. Shout out to Cash. Yeah, so obviously their coach over at Michigan State, obviously, is getting old and is about to retire. So I don't think Michigan State is going to be, a great team when he leaves. So that might not be a good choice for like 5, 10 years. But, for right now, obviously, when he's there, he's obviously a great coach. Tom Izzo, he's a great coach. A lot of players like to go to him. All right, guys, few seconds. If you guys want to click the link, you guys could talk to Bryson. You guys been active in the chat. You guys been active. Shout out to Corey. Bryson, that's for you.
Thank you.
Hey, chat, you guys can call in if you guys want. I'm just saying. Okay, guys. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Okay, so guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for staying with us. Obviously, we had a little technical delay in the beginning, like for the first 15 minutes. Thank you guys for sticking along. Thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. Obviously, I thank you, Bryson, for being here on the Be Ready Sports Podcast, episode 58. You know what I mean? So thank you, obviously, for being here. And make sure to guys like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. We just passed 200, and now our next goal, past 300. We got to get past 300. The road to 300 starts now. So please like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and just get us past 300. That's our goal. We're gonna take it one goal at a time. And obviously, it's going down on the page right now. Follow on Instagram at Be Ready Sports Podcast. We're almost there to 1,000. So Bryson, please tell your audience to please follow so that we can pass that 1,000 mark. Shout out to Get at Be Lean TV. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great interview. Yes, it was indeed. Thank you for that. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube channel, Instagram. Get us past 1,000, and yeah, that's for sure. And also, if you guys want to donate, you can donate to Zelle. That is the new payment method. You can donate to Zelle at 954-664-8962. All right, Bryson, you ready to close this out? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to count us out. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. I'm going to say be ready. Then you're going to say stay ready. Okay?
Okay.
And then we'll be out. All right? Before we leave, shout out to Braylon Jones.
What's up, BJ?
Just last minute comments here. Remember the name Bryson Smith on and off the court. And I think that's your mom, I think.
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah? Okay. For sure. Okay. You ready, Bryson?
Mhm.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Be ready.
Stay ready.
And we out, y'all. Tune in tomorrow night.